Today I want to talk to you about something that you, or someone very close to you, is probably dealing with every single day: joint pain. Pain in the knees, hips, shoulders, elbows, that discomfort that appears when you get up, when you walk, or simply when you move, and that over time gradually takes away your quality of life. The good news is that today we are going to see how you can start easing this problem in a practical and natural way. This type of pain is often related to what we know as joint wear and tear, something very common as the years go by. But it is important that you clearly understand what is happening inside your body, because not all joint pain is the same. I am Dr. Gabriel Mina, and I welcome you to my channel. Here we talk about holistic health, longevity, and natural, very easy habits that help you maintain physical, mental, and emotional balance. So take note and share this with your family and friends to help them improve their health. We upload new videos every day, so subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. Before we continue, if you find this content valuable, a simple gesture like liking the video or sharing it helps this message reach more people who need it. Thank you from the heart for being here and taking care of your health. Now, let's get into the topic. There are two different situations that are often confused. On one hand, there is arthritis, where the body's own immune system attacks the joints and damages the cartilage. On the other hand, there is osteoarthritis, which is the progressive wear of the joint due to use, excess weight, or repetitive movements throughout life. Imagine the joint as two bones that move smoothly thanks to a white layer between them, the cartilage. This cartilage works like the rubber on a tire, allowing movement to be smooth and friction-free. The problem appears when, over the years, excess weight or certain jobs that involve a lot of walking or standing for hours cause that layer to begin wearing down. When that happens, bone starts rubbing against bone, and that is when pain and inflammation appear. In osteoarthritis, the cartilage gradually deteriorates due to use. It is not that the body attacks itself, but rather that the joint becomes damaged over time. And although for many years it was thought that this was simply an inevitable consequence of aging, today we know something very important: joint wear is also accompanied by inflammation. Inflammation is a natural response of the body. For example, when you prick your finger, that area becomes red, warm, swollen, and painful. This happens because immune cells arrive to repair the damage. In a few days, the finger returns to normal. The problem with the joints is that this inflammation does not shut off. It stays there day after day, week after week, and becomes chronic. And when that happens, many people end up relying constantly on painkillers and anti-inflammatory drugs, with all the side effects that can come with them. That is why today I want to share with you simple options you can try to help reduce joint inflammation. These are not miracles or expensive products. They are accessible, natural, and easy to find. Before continuing, if you find this topic useful, I invite you to subscribe to Dr. Gabriel Mina's channel, share this video with someone who is going through the same thing, and activate the notification bell. That way, you won't miss the daily content we upload, designed to help you take care of your health with clear and practical information. I want to briefly tell you something I often see in my practice. Not long ago, I saw a patient just over 60 years old who had been dealing with knee pain for years. He walked with difficulty and had already tried everything. When we started working on reducing inflammation and supporting his joints in a more natural way, little by little he began to move better. It didn't happen overnight, but it was a real change. Stories like this happen more often than you might imagine. And that is precisely why today we are going to start with the first of these natural allies for joint health. The first one is something many people know about, but few use correctly: turmeric. Turmeric is a root with an intense orange color and a powerful anti-inflammatory effect. Scientific evidence has shown that it can help significantly in people with joint pain, especially in the knees, hips, and shoulders. In studies conducted over several months, people who consumed turmeric consistently reported less pain, better mobility, and in many cases, a reduced need for painkillers. When inflammation goes down, pain also decreases, and that is noticeable in daily life. In addition, unlike many medications, turmeric does not harm the stomach. In fact, it can help protect it. That is why it is an interesting option for people who have been taking anti-inflammatory drugs for years. My recommendation is simple: If you are not on strong medication, you can start trying turmeric gradually. And if you are already taking medications, it is always important to discuss it with your doctor, but many people experience additional improvement when they incorporate it. The most practical way to use it is in powder form. 1/4 of a teaspoon per day is enough. You can add it to a smoothie, a juice, or any preparation. There is no need to complicate things. What matters is consistency. I am not a naturopath or a product seller. I speak from evidence and from medical experience. And turmeric has proven to be a great ally against inflammation, not only in the joints, but in other inflammatory processes in the body as well. This is just the first step. In the next segment, we will continue going deeper and talk about another food with very interesting effects on joint pain, always keeping a practical and easy-to-apply approach for your daily life. If your knees, hands, or elbows feel stiff, swollen, and painful when you wake up, today I want to show you a simple and natural way to relieve that discomfort without immediately turning to more pills. Many people do not realize that some foods, when used correctly, can greatly help reduce joint inflammation and improve mobility day by day. First, I want to explain how to properly prepare a ginger compress, because this is one of the key points. You use approximately 10 grams of ground ginger, which is roughly about half a well-filled tablespoon. This amount is dissolved in about 100 milliliters of very hot water. Mix it well until the water takes on that characteristic ginger color, a sign that it has already released its compounds. Then you soak a small towel or clean cloth, lightly wring it out, and apply it directly to the joint that hurts. It should feel warm but pleasant, never burning. You can do this at night, relaxed, even while watching television. Ideally, keep the compress on for about 30 minutes without any problem. This is not a random idea or an improvised remedy. In studies, these ginger compresses were compared with commercial pain patches, and the relief was very similar. In fact, pain reduction was notable in both groups. And that is evidence, not opinion. I remember a patient in his early 60s who came in with constant knee pain. He was already tired of depending on painkillers. I suggested using these compresses every night for a week. After a few days, he told me something I will never forget. "Doctor, it didn't take away all the pain, but now I can sleep without waking up from the discomfort." That change, even if it seems small, greatly improves quality of life. One important thing to keep in mind: after removing the compress, wash the skin well or take a shower. Ginger can irritate the skin if left on too long. Once the area is clean, you can apply a very old and effective complement, a cabbage leaf. You may remember that cabbage used to be used for abdominal pain or inflammation. My grandmother, for example, would gently warm the leaf and place it over the painful area. I don't know if it was the effect of the cabbage or the care itself, but the truth is that cabbage does have proven anti-inflammatory properties. The correct way to use it is simple. Take a cabbage leaf, flatten it with a rolling pin to break the tougher fibers, warm it slightly, and place it over the joint. You can secure it with a bandage without tightening too much and sleep with it on. The next day, remove it and discard it. Now, let's talk about how to combine this with nutrition. In green smoothies, you can add 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric and 1/2 teaspoon of ginger. This combination helps reduce inflammation from the inside. At night, you apply the ginger compress and then the cabbage leaf. It is teamwork between what you eat and what you apply externally. All of this is based on solid scientific studies, not folk remedies. It is not about abandoning medical treatments if you have them, but about adding natural tools that help the body reduce inflammation and move better. If you are finding this information useful, I warmly invite you to subscribe to the channel, share this video with someone who has joint pain, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss upcoming content. For many people, discovering simple options like these can truly change their day. We keep moving forward because there is still another key food to talk about that can help you even more with joint pain and that you probably already have at home. If you have made it this far, it is because joint pain has not only affected your body, but has also worn you down inside. Today we have seen that there are practical and natural ways to relieve inflammation, improve mobility, and gradually regain confidence in your body. We talked about turmeric, ginger, black pepper that enhances their effect, compresses, cabbage, simple tools that, when used correctly, can make a big difference in your daily life. But let me tell you something important with complete honesty and from the heart. Just as joints become inflamed, the soul also gets tired. And many times, physical pain feels heavier when inside we carry sadness, frustration, fear, or the feeling that we can't go on anymore. Throughout my life as a doctor, I have learned that it is not enough to relieve the body if we leave the heart neglected. I remember a patient, an older woman with joint pain very similar to yours. She followed all the recommendations and improved physically, but one day she told me, "Doctor, my knee hurts less now, but I still feel empty." That day I understood that healing also means accompanying, listening, and helping people find meaning. Today I want to invite you to reflect on something deeper. Just as we look for foods that reduce inflammation in the body, we also need something that strengthens the spirit. And here I want to share with you a teaching that has sustained me in the most difficult moments of my life. The Bible tells us about Moses, a man who felt incapable, insecure, and who even had difficulty speaking. He himself wondered, "Who am I to do something so great?" And God answered him with a simple but powerful phrase, "Go, for I will be with you." That phrase changed his story, and it can change yours as well. God does not look at you the way you look at yourself when you are tired, in pain, or afraid. He sees you for who you can become when you allow Him to walk with you. I want to share something very personal. I studied medicine outside my country, I had clear plans and well-defined dreams, and suddenly everything collapsed. I had to return, start over, and depend once again on my mother. I felt like a failure, confused, without direction. More than once I asked God why He had allowed all of that to happen. In one of those moments, in silence, I felt a deep certainty in my heart. You are not alone. I am with you. It was not immediate, it was not easy, but over time I understood that God's plans were different from mine, and much better. Today I can tell you that if I had not gone through that process, I would not be here talking to you, accompanying so many people who are seeking to live with less pain and more hope. Maybe today you feel the same way. Tired of fighting alone, tired of feeling like you make little progress, tired of pain limiting your life. If that is the case, I want to invite you, with respect and care, to do something simple but profound. Thank God for your life. Thank Him even in the midst of pain. Thank Him because you are still here, because you can still learn, improve, take care of yourself, and heal. If you feel comfortable, pause with me for a moment. Take a deep breath. And from within, say to God, "Here I am. I open my heart to you. Walk with me." You don't need perfect words, only sincerity. When God enters the heart, something changes. Calm returns, strength returns, hope returns. And from there, even the body begins to respond better. Before saying goodbye, I want to ask you something important. If this video helped you, if you felt that someone spoke to you with respect and clarity, subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell, share this content with someone who is dealing with joint pain, and leave your comment. We upload videos every day, thinking about you, your health, and your well-being. On Dr. Gabriel Mina's channel, we are very happy to accompany you, to provide practical knowledge, and to help you improve your habits with clear and compassionate information. Tomorrow we will have a new video, and I would love for you to be there with us. Remember that here you are not a number, you are a valuable person, and your health truly matters to us. Thank you for your time, your trust, and for allowing us to walk with you. May God bless you and give you peace. See you very soon.